Yes, ma'am.
All of you have said that when you're going to share with your staff what your priorities are, I'd like you to tell me what your top 3 priorities would be as you're addressing your staff. What is your marching?
All right, let's start with Ashton this time.
Number 1 priority is this: growth, and the correct growth. This is what all you folks here needs to like. We need to have a smart economy. Like Dr. Ken Ford tells me, he goes, Ashton, it's this simple. Smart employers follow smart talent. We've got to create an environment for that. And we need to tell our organization down at City Hall, this is the way we're doing business. Anytime a citizen walks in, you need to say, hey, how are you? How can I help you? Let me get this for you. 2 days ago, I went down there to get a copy of something. They said, oh, it's on their website. That's not what you say to someone. Hey, Miss Doe, let me see what I can do for you. Just 2 seconds, I'll get it for you. It's a cultural thing. We got to get rid of the sense of entitlement. We all need to be brought up and raise the bar around here. And there's no reason why we can't do it, but the reality is there hasn't been leadership down in City Hall, period. And that's the end of the story. We all know this. We're all bright in this room. We all work hard. We're all trying to do the same thing. But the reality is the culture needs to change in the city of Pensacola. We're getting lapped to the east of us. We're getting lapped to the west of us. And I can tell you, Britt Green, who's the CEO of St. Joe Paper Company, the largest landowner in the state of Florida, he's not sitting back. He's on the Board of Aerospace for the state of Florida. They're ramping up. What are we going to do? 80 acres on the water, no development, leadership issues with what's going on down there right now. That's what it's all about. And those employees want to be empowered, and they want to be led. We all know, we've read enough books. People like to be led, but they want a leader.
Okay, thank you. Diane?
Start. The top 3 priorities. The first one, of course, we've just talked about making city operations as efficient as possible. I mentioned the study. They're in a case where you really need to be sure that you have a structure. Let's face it, 1988, that is 22 years. In 22 years, just how lax and inefficient has an organizational structure gone. I will tell you, up until we had to start cutting the budget, we were over 1,000 employees. Only because of the budget constraints have we finally started cutting employees. Now, some may say that that is not good, that we are running thin in the police and fire, but frankly, I don't know that, because it's the unions who are telling us that. I want an independent, outside, third-party, no access to grind source to tell us just how efficient we can be, how inefficient we are. The next one, of course, is economic development. And let me just go through some of the things. I mentioned that I would fast-track the development of the Airport Commerce Park. The airport, site selection professionals for high-tech companies, and this is in a study, say that the most desirable places for high-tech companies to relocate, is adjacent to airports. Why?
30 seconds.
Because they have high-value, low-weight freight, because they send their people in and out of town all the time. They like that location. So we would fast-track that, because we need the inventory to attract the businesses. Workforce development is certainly something that is an entirely appropriate job for the city to do in combination with all the other organizations that have the funds, that have the grant funds, and I have to, there's so much more. So much more.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and state I'll state the 3 and then I'll talk about them. The first one would be create an economic development council. The second one would be to open up the government so that our department heads were out with the citizens on a regular basis, so you get to see them on a regular basis. And the third one would be the fiscal responsibility portion of the budget, making sure that the budget reflects what the citizens need, and that include looking at things like public safety. I would support the creation of independent budget analyst for that as well, so that we had someone independent of the council and the mayor who could look at the budget. The first one is the most important to me, Economic Development Council. We have Pensacola, we have an Economic Development Council that's within the chamber. I think we need to break that aspect out of the chamber, not necessarily with the funding to start with, but initially get small businesses at the table, get representatives from a lot of different industries there and look at diversification of our economy. We need to use the oil spill as a catalyst for change and how we need to diversify our economy. We can't rely on tourism. If the military said it was going away in 10 years, you combine those two together and about 40% of our economy would be leaving. Take healthcare, the impact of healthcare with all the military that retire here and all the military that are currently here, since they can go outside the military system and get health care, it'd be a huge impact there as well. So the economy, the diversification, the Economic Development Council is first. The openness, that's going to kind of come as we create a better web presence and also get the department heads out there to meet with people and be regular attendees at these type of meetings. And we have a meeting where we can bring all the neighborhood associations together. And the one I've already spoken with about more, the fiscal responsibility side of things, I really believe that there are hidden pots of money that the citizens don't know about, and people will deny are there, but we need to make sure that all that is exposed, and that we have all the money on the table when we go to do our budget.
Okay.
Top three things: jobs, jobs, and more jobs. It's critical. I'm going to put it all under the umbrella of economic development and tell you in a few minutes how I would do that. One, we've got to recruit businesses. The mayor of Pensacola has got to be a super salesman. He has got to go throughout this country and find businesses that are interested in coming here and sell them on Pensacola. And to do that, you've got to make Pensacola the place to do business. Streamline permitting, surplus land that we can show people, tax credits, state sales tax credits, enterprise zones, all types of things that we can show these new businesses to give them a reason to come to Pensacola. That's not easy. I'm going to be quite frank with you. It's not easy in today's times. So let's do the number two thing, and that's nourish the businesses we have here. 80% of the jobs that are created come from businesses that you already have. And we can do that with many of the same strategies that we use to recruit businesses. Make businesses comfortable at City Hall, give them the tools they need so they can grow and prosper. The third thing affects every one of us. That is to make Pensacola a great place so people want to come here. And that involves the whole gamut of our services. Let's get Southwest Airlines in here. I have sat in Dallas and talked to Southwest. And they've looked me in the eye and said, "Mike, you're still in play. You went to Panama City, but you're still in play. Let's have the best libraries we can. We're going to build a brand new library down on its current location down on Gregory Street. It's going to be a spectacular place."
30 seconds.
Here's the big one, a community maritime park. Let's not get derailed with some of these initiatives that you've read about in the last couple of days. The community maritime park has been voted on. It's a job creator. It's going to bring people downtown. It's going to give access to the water. We've got to move that forward. So in short, we've got to do everything we can to create jobs and to make our city a place where people want to come and work.
All right, okay.